The world of boxing is in absolute chaos right now. The Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight was already controversial, but now things have taken a wild turn. Officials have officially launched an investigation into the ninth-round incident where Tank Davis took a knee, an incident that could change the entire outcome of the fight. If the ruling is overturned and the no-knockdown call is changed to a knockdown, Lamont Roach might actually walk away as the rightful winner.
Clearly in there, man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
Yeah, you heard that right. Gervonta Davis's undefeated record is hanging by a thread. If the commission rules in favor of Roach, this won't just be a draw anymore. It will be a straight-up loss for Tank. And let's just say, a lot of people in the boxing world believe that's exactly what should happen. But before we get into all of that, let's break down exactly what went down in that controversial ninth round and why officials are now taking a second look at this fight. Let's rewind to the moment that changed everything. Round 9. Lamont Roach had been keeping up with Tank the entire fight, making things way more competitive than anyone expected.
Again, wow, okay. I thought he had hurt his hand. Did he not take the mouthpiece to come out? That's what I thought.
Oh, here comes Davis. Davis exploding, and Roach meeting fire with fire.
Roach eating some big shots and coming right back.
A minute and a half left in what has been an eventful ninth. We thought Davis might have gone down for the first time in his career. Instead, he exploded, and Roach took the shots and fired back some of his own.
Roach has to be careful. Tank loading up big here.
Tank unloading lefts and rights. Roach doing a pretty good job of deflecting some of these shots. Short left hand from Roach. Counter right hand lands by the challenger.
This arena is on their feet right now.
Final minute of the ninth. Lead right hook, left hand from Davis.
Never expected Roach to be taking these shots and countering it.
But then, he landed a stiff jab. Nothing too crazy, but enough to get Tank's attention. Moments later, Tank took a knee, walked to his corner, and his team started wiping him down.
Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaning with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
It's got to be a knock.
What in the world is happening?
Took a knee, he's got to count.
I understand. You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right? Back up. Back up.
At first, it seemed like maybe he was hurt, but instead of the referee calling it a knockdown, he let Tank go back to his corner, wipe his face, and reset, like nothing happened. And that's where things got messy.
That was a knockdown, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it because it can give me an incentive, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're gonna do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
According to the boxing rulebook, taking a knee after a punch lands is always a knockdown. It doesn't matter if you slipped, lost balance, or got something in your eye. If a punch lands and you go down, it's a knockdown, period.
You voluntarily took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like, like when you sweating and things like that and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my shit done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Turn around and love you again. You know what I mean?
But for some reason, the ref refused to call it. Tank later claimed that grease from his hair had dripped into his eyes, making it impossible to see. And while that might explain why he went to his corner, it doesn't change the fact that he took a knee after getting hit. And that's why the officials are stepping in now. Boxing commissions don't just launch investigations for fun. They're only stepping in now because the controversy has gotten way too big to ignore. Lamont Roach and his team immediately protested the ruling after the fight, arguing that if the knockdown had been called correctly, Roach would have won by decision. And they're not the only ones saying it. Ryan Garcia backed Roach and called out Tank for getting away with the no call. Shakur Stevenson made it clear. He believes Roach won the fight. Terrence Crawford didn't hold back, straight up roasting the judges and the scoring system, saying they don't even know what a knockdown is. Isaac Cruz was even more direct, saying round 9 was a clear 10-8 round for Roach, which should have sealed the win. Basically, almost everyone in the boxing world is on Roach's side. And now that officials are reviewing the fight, there's a real chance they could officially overturn the result. If that happens, Tank's undefeated record is gone. He wouldn't be 30-0-1 anymore. He'd be 31, and that would change everything. Losing his undefeated status would be devastating for Tank, not just because of his pride, but because of his entire career. Being undefeated is part of his brand. It's why he's been able to sell so many pay-per-views, why people compare him to Floyd Mayweather, and why he's been able to stay at the top of the sport for so long.
Like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
This is exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
But if the commission rules against him, all of that changes. The boogeyman image he's built up will take a hit.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them,
Fighters who were scared to step in the ring with him might start thinking they have a real shot. And worst of all, people will question whether his dominance was ever as real as it seemed.
If Tank won't fight the rematch, what happens with him and Shakur? How do you see that fight
Stevenson has a reputation as being the best defender in the division. He is a feared fighter because of that particular quality. If I'm Tank Davis and I'm coming off a disappointment in terms of my offensive output, I'm not going straight to the best defender in the division. I'm looking for some other fight, and I think the logical fight for him is a rematch with Lamont Roach. Let's see it again. Let's see if Roach can go ahead and capitalize on what he showed here tonight, which is he was a much better fighter at 135 pounds than most of us expected him to be.
Okay, who do you lean towards in Gervonta versus Shakur if that does happen? Who are you favoring?
Based on what I saw tonight, I would have to lean to Shakur Stevenson.
To make things even worse, Floyd Mayweather is loving every second of this. The beef between Tank and Floyd goes way back, and Floyd has been waiting for a moment like this. He's been looking for an opportunity to tear Tank down, and now he's got one. Why? Because Tank recently exposed Floyd's daughter, revealing that she's been constantly messaging him on Snapchat.
Do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why? After so much time, after I guess again, after what we think he helped you come to the game, he gave you the spotlight. Like, why would he try to diminish your career?
Cause at that time I don't want to go too deep into it, cause I don't want to bring them up. But it was somehow that they were saying I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd broke up.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
And you think that was a downfall of your career? I mean, y'all
No, it was a
relationship,
downfall.
not career.
Yeah,
relationship.
It wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, my our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing. Like,
he scheduled a fight, I think.
No father wants to hear that about his daughter, especially not from someone they've had beef with for years.
When I say certain things, they say, "Oh, he's hating." There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters, I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Whether it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes, we need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, I guess he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make good money.
So now, Floyd is using this fight controversy to go all in on Tank, making sure the world knows that in his eyes, Tank lost. While Tank's legacy might be at risk, Lamont Roach's career is skyrocketing. No one gave him a chance going into this fight. He was the underdog, the guy people thought would just be another name on Tank's resume. But instead, he outlanded Tank, went 12 rounds with him, and proved he belongs at the top level. Even if the result doesn't get overturned, Roach walks away from this fight as a winner in the eyes of the boxing world. He didn't just survive against one of the most feared punchers in the sport. He took the fight to him and arguably beat him. And if the officials do change the ruling, then he's not just a winner in people's eyes, he'll be the official WBA lightweight champion. That means bigger fights, bigger paydays, and a lot more respect on his name. And don't be surprised if this sets up a rematch. Because let's be real, this fight needs to happen again.
People say Tank didn't really win. They got the majority draw, which means it had to be a close fight, maybe a tough one to call. At the end of the day, when it's a draw like that and an action-packed fight, run it back, I'm pretty sure the fans will watch it one more time.
Should they have called it a knockdown in round 9?
I didn't get to see it, but my one coach said no. A lot of on-takers say yes. I want to watch how it occurred because technically when you take a knee, it's very unfortunate, but if there was some outside factor that did get into his eye, I don't know. You're walking on a gray line, and that's when things aren't necessarily black or white. So it's a tough call, and you don't want one little decision to change the whole fight. But in sports, sometimes it is one thing that a referee does or a judge does that determines who wins and loses. So luckily for him, he did not have such a scenario, because obviously the fight was close enough that if the point was deducted, he would have walked away not world champion.
Right after the fight, both Tank and Roach said they'd be open to running it back. But let's be honest, Tank doesn't really want this rematch. If he thought Roach was an easy fight before, he definitely doesn't think that now. And with all the controversy surrounding the result, he knows that stepping back in the ring with Roach is risky. If Roach could outbox him once, what's stopping him from doing it again?
Clearly in there, man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
At the same time, Tank might feel like he has to take the rematch just to prove a point. He doesn't want people to think he got away with a robbery. And the best way to shut down the controversy would be to dominate Roach in a second fight. But whether or not he can actually do that, that's a whole different story.
It was a good night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch, because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Tank, how much does it hurt to have the draw on your record now? And do you think it's going to stand as some sort of like renewed motivation for you, like the guys were saying, as you proceed through these next couple fights?
Yeah, it just put, food to the fire and things like that, fuel to the fire. But it's cool. It's cool. The draw is okay. It's all right. You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me, too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more.
Roach has already shown that he can handle Tank's power, and he won't be intimidated the second time around. He knows exactly what to expect now, and that could make things even harder for Tank in a rematch.
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. For sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told y'all I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like I do see why he knocked people out. Like being up close and personal. Obviously, I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all gonna tell him.
Right now, all eyes are on the investigation. If the officials decide to overturn the no-knockdown call, then history will be rewritten. Tank will officially have his first loss, Roach will become the new WBA champion, and the entire lightweight division will be shaken up. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.